All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, I was just saying, I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people do this. I don't think I could be a parent again at 51. I don't think I could be a parent. Oh, this is driving me crazy. But good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I got it together. Good afternoon. Uh, for those of you who've never been here before, this is the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. My title is the King of Talk. I'm explaining the way that this works. I come on and I ramble. I ramble. Sometimes I talk about some stuff of substance, but sometimes I'm just rambling. And people who want to talk can talk, and people who don't can sit back and listen. You can give me a call, 513-717 King, 513-717-5464, if you want to, ramble with me. Or you can send in a message. I read messages, and we just take an hour or two out of the day and we talk to each other. We talk to each other. I guess this is another open line because I don't really have anything like super pressing, and I got to get out of here early today. Now, because going back to what I was saying in the beginning, yeah, I got to leave. I got to leave at the very least. I got to walk out the house at 2:30 because I got to pick that little baby up from school, and her pickup time is like 2:45 or something like that, and it's just she just it's so much energy. Like in essence, she's staying with me for the week. So I think she'll go back to her mom Sunday night or to her dad Sunday night, one of the two. But I've got her for the entire week. And oh my God. Oh, it's just energy. It's just nonstop energy. And if I was, if me and Mrs. Livingston had a baby and had to decide we were gonna do that, I would be totally prepared for it. A day or two, here or there, I'm cool with that. But like the whole week, and I wasn't really prepared for it. A situation happened that I don't want her to go into, but so yeah, I end up, and then her dad is going out of town. He's like an MMA fighter, and so he goes to tournaments and stuff like that. So he's out of somewhere. He's somewhere fighting. So he has to leave out either tonight or tomorrow or something. Either way, she'll be here for the week. And oh my goodness, dropping her off. I thought I was late. I thought I was late dropping her off, and I wasn't. But I thought I was late, and then I had to call her mom. Like, what do I do about a late drop off? And she was like, well, and she kind of told me, but then she's like, well, when are you going to be dropping her off? I'm like, I'm here now. She's like, well, this is the actual drop off time. Somebody had told me drop off time was like 7:45 to 8 o'clock. But she was being difficult this morning. So we didn't get out the house. I didn't get her there till 8:30. Well, that's actual drop off time. So that ended up working out. But oh my goodness, just energy, energy. She wake up, energy, energy, energy. She eat, energy, energy, energy. I do have to say, I still enjoy watching little kids eat. Some of the little things they do, like they get the spoon and then they notice something that they want on the spoon. And so they reach down with the hand and pick it up and put it on the spoon and then eat it. I don't know why that entertains me every time, but it does. But yeah, energy in the car on the way to school, just energy, energy, energy. Then she get dropped off, and I'm like, whoo, boy. Then once I pick her up, energy, 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 all the way till she go to bed. Wow, wow. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just a lot. So I'm trying to get myself more mentally prepared. But that's why I have to leave. Be walking out the door by be walking out the door by 2:30. I take it father-in-law won't be fighting his MMA son-in-law. Oh, I beat that ass if I need to. Trust. I beat that ass if I need to. About yeah, I don't worry about that. I do have to say he had a fascinating way of dealing with bullies. Apparently, in preschool, somebody said, "What's wrong with my hand?" I'll tell you about the hand, even though there's nothing technically wrong with it, but I'll get into it. Um, Apparently, she had a bully, and what this is preschool because she's not in kindergarten yet. Apparently, she had a bully, and her mom and dad were trying to have meetings with the parents, and they were trying to do this and they were trying to do that. They were trying to talk to the teacher. They were trying to reason with everybody. Excuse me. They were trying to reason with everybody. But apparently, what happened was he got tired of it. He actually takes her to the gym with him and trains her so she know how to do certain holds and moves and stuff. He puts her in the ring, they put on the gloves, and she know a little something. So his way of dealing with it was he said, well, since nobody, again, it had been going on for a while. And my understanding is he said, look, it's been going on for too long. Nobody want to do anything about it. So he told her, this is what you do. When you go to school today, you see that kid. If that kid look at you wrong, which I guess that's a judgment call. If that kid look at you wrong, you go up to him and you punch him as hard as you can in the face. Now, again, she's 4. She's the littlest one in the class. But apparently, she did exactly that. She went to class and she punched the kid in the face as hard as she could. And now, apparently, she don't get bullied no more. But the parents of the bully, now they mad. They want to meet. They want to have a meeting with her parents, and they want to do this and they want to do that. And now her parents is like, there's no reason for a meeting. We took care of it. We took care of it. And there's no more bullying. But they didn't like the fact that their kid came home like with a bruise or whatever, some physical mark on them. But yeah, now they are the ones who are not gonna meet. The kid, the little baby didn't get thrown out of class or anything. I think she got like a point, which I don't know exactly what that means. She got a point. But that was it. That was the end of the punishment, and that was the end of the bullying. And so apparently now she doesn't get bullied anymore. I said, all right, that sounds like a good solution to bullying, if you ask me. That's a great solution. So they solved it, and that's that. Let's see. I know there's technically nothing wrong with your hand. I just wanted to be the first one to say something about it. Well, no, I discussed it the other day. What's up, Robert Willis? I discussed it the other day. I slept wrong with my hand. So I'm hitting the mic with my hand pressed, and I slept like that all night. And so my hand is sore. My hand is sore. So my wrist is sore. I can still do things with it. Like I take this thing off, for time to time. I definitely sleep with it on. And if I'm, just sitting around, not necessarily doing anything, and it begins to irritate me, I take it off. Because it only hurts when doing this don't hurt. But if this wasn't on and my wrist flexed too much one way or the other, then it would hurt. But yeah, no, I can still do things, pick stuff up, swing an axe, cut down a tree, all of that stuff. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. Nothing necessarily wrong with it. And her dad took her out for ice cream. I'm not sure if he did. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. But the bullying stopped. The bullying stopped. And that was the point. She's not going to be bullied. And they tried to work with the school. Why don't schools have, like, they talk about a zero tolerance for bullying? Why don't they have a legit zero tolerance for bullying? Like a legit zero, like a kid shouldn't have to go to school and punch somebody in the face if the teachers and administrators know that there's a bullying situation. And these kids are 4 years old. So it's not like they walking in the hallways all by themselves and nobody see what's going on. At 4, there are always eyes on the kids. I've been around a group of 4-year-olds. I've seen 4-year-olds bully other 4-year-olds. They're not subtle. Like, they don't sneak and do stuff. They just do it because they're 4. They haven't quite mastered the art of subtlety. So I'm thinking, if kids are bullying at 4 in school and the schools aren't doing enough about it, what do you think is happening at the high school level? And they talk about we have a zero tolerance for bullying. We have a zero. Nobody. No, they don't. No, they don't. And then when a kid go to school, and I'm not saying, I have to be clear about this, Facebook, because y'all know Facebook is, hold on, I think I'm gonna finish what I was saying, but I need to look at something. I think it's possible. Let me see. Oh, I'm still on probation for 7 days. For 7 days. I still got 7 days. Even though apparently they want me to put some sort of something on my account, and I got 2 days left to do it. And if I don't do it in 2 days, they're going to shut down my account until I do it. Every time when I open it up, the first time I open up my account for the day, I get this message. Hold on, what is it? Let me see if it'll show when I open up this time. No, it's not showing. Oh. No, it's not showing. But there's something on Facebook that they want me to put on, some sort of protection that they want me to put on. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do it. But apparently, if I don't do it in 2 days, they're going to shut down my Facebook account and I can't get back on Facebook unless I do it. So I got to look into it. Now there's 2 days left. I got to look into it and see what happens. But I'm saying, with regard to this bullying thing, what was I saying? I was saying, oh, for Facebook. That's why I took the detour. Facebook. I'm not advocating this. I'm just stating this because sometimes this is what happens. All right? I am not advocating this. We'll see if that works. But then they wonder when some of these kids come to school and shoot up the school. And they'll say, well, they were bullied. And we have a zero tolerance for bullying. But you don't. You don't have a zero tolerance for bullying. And parents and kids have to take this stuff into their own hands. And that shouldn't be necessary. That shouldn't be necessary. When the little baby, she's 4, she loved school. She couldn't wait to go to school. But then she just out of nowhere, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I didn't know why. Apparently her parents knew why. They didn't share it with me because they know it's just certain stuff that you don't share with me. But then they handled it their own way. And I got no problem with how they handled it. No problem with how it was handled. None. But it shouldn't come down to that. I don't know. Um, Glenn says, I didn't know Facebook monitors your speech like that. I don't have a chance if that's the case. Well, they don't want you talking about shooting somebody or something like that. They definitely don't want you talking about shooting somebody. Hold on, I gotta check this message out. Um, all right. Yeah, they definitely don't want you to do that. They will shut you down and put you on probation afterwards. As a first time offender, they will do that. So that's that. Yeah, they will. Let's see. There has never been zero tolerance for bullying anywhere. Well, the schools like to say that there is zero tolerance. The schools like to say that there's zero tolerance, but there's not. And like I said, then the kid comes to school after being bullied, after being pushed to the limit. And of course, I'm not talking about a 4-year old, but some high school student, some disgruntled um, outcast, whatever other words you want to use to describe them, person comes to school with some issues and a gun, and then everybody acts so surprised. Everybody acts so surprised and oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe that this would happen when we were so. No, y'all not. And I don't know exactly what one does at the high school level. I guess you investigate and suspend is what I would say at the high school level. Investigate and suspend. But do they suspend? I remember being in high school. And I know we didn't have a zero tolerance policy for bullying because I have friends that got bullied all the time. I did. Again, I've told y'all this a number of times. I was not bullyable. You couldn't bully me. And I was a little dude. I don't care about what you say, but wasn't nobody gonna put their hands on me. I was kind of taught that at a young age. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. Don't worry about what nobody say, but you don't let nobody put their hands on you. And if they do, then you put your hands back on them. And then whatever happens, happens. So, I had a few fights. Some I won, some I might not have. But in even the fights that I didn't win, I gave enough to where it wasn't worth it to look good to your friends. Like, oh, I'm going to go hit him and we're going to get a laugh out of it. That laugh wasn't worth it a second time. That laugh wasn't worth it a second time. You might have technically won the fight, but trust me, you wasn't going to put your hands on me again. So I wasn't bullyable, but I had friends who got bullied a lot. And then I got into a lot of verbal altercations, standing up for my friends, standing up for my friends. And if they would tell, they was just talking because nobody did anything. Nobody would do anything. You would, if somebody hit you. I remember being a younger person, being hit, and me thinking I'm gonna handle it the right way, and going to tell, well, unless I see it, there's nothing I can do about it. I just needed that to happen one time, and then I didn't have to worry about it. And I always knew, I always knew, if I get suspended for fighting in school, for standing up for myself, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be straight. I ain't getting in no trouble. No, nothing else is gonna come of it except good. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. Fran says, but the words are worse. See, I don't know. I mean, I guess the words I would say last longer. The words last longer. And you have to learn how to deal with that. And I've said this I don't know how many times. Um, it's about, when I say it, people don't like it, but it's how I feel. It's about the parents. It's about the parents. Parents, you got to teach your kids that self-love that's unshakable, that self-love that's just unshakable. And then I like to think, and I mean I could be wrong here, but if you do that, then your children, they'd be all right. You say whatever you want to say about me. I know what I've been taught about me since I was born. So you say I'm ugly, but I know my mama, my daddy, my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, that they've all told me my whole life that I was beautiful. So I don't care what you say. I think that's got to be taught, and I don't know that that is taught enough. I don't know that that is taught enough. So I think that's a part of it. I think that's a part of it. You got to teach, but I mean that don't mean that it won't hurt, that you won't be embarrassed. But I think that'll take some of the sting. That'll take some of the sting away, and I think that it'll create a situation where it don't carry and create internal issues with you as a person, if that's kind of taught and retaught. And there's a word that I'm trying to think of that I can't think about, that I can't think about, that I can't think of. Samuel says, absolutely. I let my girls know every day you're beautiful and brilliant. Fran is not sure. Not sure about that. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure about it. I'm not sure about it, but I do definitely believe it. I definitely believe it. Um, but anyway, that's about it for that. I didn't really have a whole lot about that. I didn't even really want to talk about that. I don't Something made me think about that little baby um handling her bully. And I'm all right with the way she handled it. Her parents is all right. The school is all right. And I guess everybody is okay except for the parents of the bully, apparently for some period of time. But I think even that's died now. I don't know if the kid, and it was a boy, by the way. I don't know if the little boy is still a bully or if the little boy stopped bullying because he didn't like the payoff. But eh, but it is what it is. I saw where Marshawn Lynch. I saw where Marshawn Lynch uh, got a bit of ownership stake in a Seattle franchise, and I don't know exactly what it was, but I'm looking at the USFL owned by Fox Sports, and here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why don't these black athletes create their own league? I know people keep saying it. I know people keep saying it, but what they said, like Fox Sports, they've allocated like 250 million dollars over the next 3 years for operating costs. And I know The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he now owns the XFL. Why can't these African American black football, basketball, baseball players kind of come together, and even if you just take the XFL, y'all talk to The Rock, and say, hey, let's like do this for real, do this. You own it now. You're a black man, you own this league, and they have certain things already in place, and they have some name recognition. I say XFL, you might think bad product, but you know it's a football league, right? So why can't these dudes get with The Rock and say, hey, let's do this for real. Let's franchise it out just like the NFL and build these teams. And I mean, make it just like the USFL is now, make it a spring league to begin with, and then use your influence. Use your influence. And you might be able to pull some people that would go to the NFL, maybe not top tier, but you never know. You might be able to get like a #1 draft pick to decide, let me do this. Hold on, let me see. I got a phone call coming in. Got to take the phone calls. You're on the afternoon experiment. How you doing, CK?
Hey, Emanuel Livingston, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right.
Man, hey, what you said, what you was talking about the ugly people? That was a great topic. What you said about the ugly people?
I wasn't talking about the ugly people. Although there are
And
people.
you know, I'm an expert. I'm an expert in this field, Emanuel.
Are you?
Yes. I said, hold on, what did you say? All I called was ugly, and I started looking. I went through the call log. I said, man, he's not putting the number on the screen. I got to go through the call log because I need to talk to him about this expertise on this ugliness. You hear me?
All right, what about it? And just for the record, I was talking about bullying and how if you, as a parent, teach your child that they're beautiful, that they're intelligent, that they are everything that they are supposed to be, then when your child goes to school and get called ugly, that won't affect them so much. If everybody that they know has their entire lives been telling them how beautiful, how wonderful, how valuable, how intelligent, how special they are.
So you wanted my parents to lie to me?
That's not a lie. Like, I don't even know what you physically look like, but
listen, what they say when they say a face only a mama can love, what does that say to you?
That means somebody been teasing you. That's what that means.
That no, not. I can see if everybody telling you the same thing, it's not a lie. It's the truth. If you're in a wheelchair, you can't keep telling people you know how to walk. No, it's sad that you're in a wheelchair, but you're still in the wheelchair. This is fact.
Well, no, even if let me accept your premise. Even if you have a person that's not pleasing to the eyes, what you want to do is you want to teach that person that your worth, which I think you should teach even people who are beautiful to the eyes, but your worth is not in your physical appearance. That's not where your worth comes from. Your worth comes from who you are as a person.
Who I am as a person is not going to get me the women I love, black women. They going to say you're hideous. Listen, a lot of us black guys that date white women, it ain't because they like white women, it's because black women don't want our ass. They like, man, listen, you done tried on the 11,412 black women, you might try a white one. If you done got rejected that many times, right? Over 11,400 times. I just got rejected yesterday.
Hold on, CK. I know a lot of black males that are considered physically unattractive who pull some fine women. Is sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's not about how physically attractive you are. Again, I know some unattractive or people who are considered to be unattractive black men who got some bad women.
But I'm saying, considered to to be unattractive and being unattractive are two completely different things.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? So, like you said, some people are like you said, to each his own. You look good. No, I'm talking about when, like you said, you are so ugly. They like your own mama tell you ugly. Your mama ain't gonna lie to you, right? Now she don't even want to, but you must know the truth as a man. You gotta understand, yeah. Just like Biggie Smalls, his mama told him he was ugly, black and dark and ugly as ever. But he has to accept his ugliness and use his, his personality and other things,
But
these,
CK, sometimes, again, I don't know how much of this is just you kind of goofing around and how much of this
there ain't no
is
goofing. See, that's the problem. People have to talk facts. There's no goofing. We're talking about a serious situation.
Okay, that's why I say I don't know how much of this is you goofing around and how much of this is you being serious. But I would say to you, chances are you are probably not an ugly dude in the sense that you apparently you have some self-esteem issues.
No, not self. Okay, have you met the woman Fantasia? I met her.
Yeah, I met her.
I met her too. I tried to get on with her. You know what she said? She said, "No offense." No offense. And she's a nice woman. Don't get me wrong. She said, "No offense, but you are not my type, and I don't think you are nobody's type."
I very oh my God. I very seriously doubt if
this is what she said to me. She's not being. It would hurt if it came from other people. If it didn't come from other people, I know what she's saying is the truth because she is speaking like what other women have said. But she's not being mean, spirited.
CK, I'm not sure that comment was necessarily about your physical appearance. It might have been about your approach. It could have easily been about your mindset, your mentality, and the way
approach
that you.
Is smooth. I said, "Hey, how you doing, Fantasia? I'm a big fan. You are beautiful." I'm smooth. I know how to talk to people. Emanuel, how could you? What you think? Hey, juicy lips, let me get a lip. What you think I come to her crazy?
I don't know how you came to her.
I came out of smooth like a gentleman. I'm ugly, so I got to be a gentleman. I'm not gonna be ugly and a dog. I'm gonna be a gentleman just to make up for my looks to even be able to approach you.
Oh my goodness, it's not.
It's
not. I'm not saying it's about the way that you like. Okay, we're talking about being honest, bro. When you call the show, I listen to you, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Just from a mental standpoint, sometimes you say some of the most bugged out things in the world, and you think it's like normal talk, but it's not normal, CK. You say
because you're and that's why because you're used to everybody being fake. You're not used to people being brutally honest. You're used to everybody acting like everything is funky doing. No, my life is screwed up. Nobody come to work and say, "Yeah, my wife cheated on me last night." They telling you how good the hamburger helper she made was. They not telling. I'm an honest guy. Richard Pryor was. Do you think he was lying just to sell tickets about how he grew up? Brutal honesty is needed, and some of us are like that. But most of society, wouldn't you admit, are faking about reality, about their own reality.
No, I wouldn't admit that. I don't know that to be true. I do know that there are some people who don't face reality and are not honest. But back to the Fantasia situation, because you're trying to get off on something different, and the whole you ugly situation. I'm not saying you're not ugly because I don't know you. I ain't never. And when I say that, I mean just in terms of physically.
But that's being fake. But that's being fake. It's just like taking retarded out of the dictionary. It is retarded people. It is ugly people. Stop saying, okay, just because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, that they're not ugly.
Bruh.
Okay, I'm ugly. I can accept that. Wendy Williams is, she looks better than me. So that means, listen, people have told me top 5 dead or alive ugliest people ever.
Okay, I don't know that to be true or untrue. Okay?
I'm living the life though. Why don't you believe me? Why wouldn't you believe me, Mr. Livingston?
Because
I'm
there
living me. Okay.
because there are people who have been put down and who end up with a complex. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you might be one of those people who ended up with a complex. But I would say, CK, I think it's possible that what Fantasia was saying was not about you physically. It was probably about something else.
She made it clear she is cool. She liked me. She's telling me I like your brother. You cool. The attraction. I'm not attracted
Okay.
to you physically. She let me know. Like I
Ain't nothing
could
wrong
not
with that.
be
Look,
with,
look, look, look,
right.
look. I've been told by some women that I am really attractive. I've been told by other women that, hey, you definitely are not physically attractive to me. So
Mm-hmm.
you get somebody gonna like you, somebody not gonna like you, and some people gonna be in the middle, like, hey, you cute, you all right, or you know, it you get all over the place. You don't just accept the worst about you. So,
And, and I want you to understand just to prove my point.
oh,
Just
what is
because
your
I'm
point?
short and I have a short complex and people tease me about being short, don't mean I'm not short. Oh, you're not short. Your family, your mom and dad says you're tall, you're 6'8". No, I'm short. So that I don't understand just these people lie to you to make you feel better about you being 5'2" or 5'1". It don't change the fact that you are short. So
Okay,
you can't just go by the family. The
all right,
family just telling you what you want to hear, Emmanuel. They're
all right.
not telling you the truth. The truth will set you free. You remember Jesse Jackson?
I
He said the
I
truth will
remember
set you
Jesse
free.
Jackson.
You
Okay,
remember him?
all right, CK. All right, I don't know
Man,
what you
hey,
want me to
much
say.
love.
Okay, CK, you ugly.
Okay.
All right, and
There
hopefully
you
that
go.
makes you
There
happy.
you go. The truth. There you go.
All right,
Hey, much love to your show, man. Prosper.
all right. All right, that was CK. I've never seen the brother, but he would not stop until I said he was ugly. That's some serious kind of mental issues going on there. Like his maybe his and again, I don't know if he was just teasing or whatever. I don't know. Cuz he could have been. But yeah, that's some serious self-hate. That's some serious self-hate. Okay. I I don't even where was I going before he called? I was talking about these athletes, these people like we, you and I, some of us, we talk about. So basically, he called the show to hear E-Man call him ugly. Yeah, yeah, that's what he called for. That's what he called for. It's weird, but yeah. And again, I've been told by women that I'm just not physically attracted to you. What? I'm gonna go fall down and die, curl up in a ball, and not, no. Okay, I'm not physically attractive to you. But I've had other women like legit stalk me, and I'm like, oh, you so fine. I'll be like, okay, I appreciate that, but I'm not physically attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. Somebody gonna love it, somebody not so much. And that's what that is. Let's see. No offense, just based on this phone call, I can kind of see where the system might have rejected his advances. Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that it had anything to do or had a whole lot to do with your physical appearance. Even though I will say, when you're talking about dating somebody or something like that, when you're talking about doing something like that, um, personality and physical attractiveness, one can offset the other. So you don't have to be the most physically attractive person if your personality is just so, I'm gonna say, on point, that it really do something for me. Or for some people, you can be the most physically attractive person they've ever seen, but if your personality is jacked up, they don't want to have nothing to do. They kind of go hand in hand. The bad can cancel out the good of one, or the good can cancel out the bad of the other. Y'all know what I'm saying. And I mean, I'm not making nothing up. We all know this to be true. We all know this to be true. Um, I'm pretty sure you meant Ewoks. Ewoks are not cute. They are not. They are not. Um, but I was trying to talk about these sporting leagues, the USFL, because I kind of been watching. I kind of been watching, and I like football, so I watch the USFL. I watch the XFL. I won't watch the NFL until Colin Kaepernick get a gig, but I watch the CFL. I watch all of these other ones. But it seems to me like if some of these people were serious about black ownership, they could put something together. Like there's a reason why you had the XFL and what was it, the AFL, now the USFL, and there was another one that I can't think of what it was, because people know that there is an appetite out there for this. So there's a reason. There's a reason why they keep coming up with these leagues, because they know that there's money out there that they can take advantage of. And if these professional and former professional athletes who had this money, if they are out there, Brent says the USFL has ties to the NFL. Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not saying it's not true. I'll take your word for it. But so what? So what? You don't necessarily need, like I said, I think the perfect opportunity would be the XFL right now. The Rock owns it. And if The Rock got with some of these professional athletes and talked to them about ownership and then how they could build this. And you telling me if The Rock, I don't know any of the professional football players now in the NFL. I don't know any. I feel I don't know any of them. Like in my head, I'm still thinking about when Adrian Peterson was dominating on the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm still thinking about that, and I know that's probably so far in the past. But there are professional athletes who can get out here and talk to these college athletes and say to them, hey, look, now we got this league. We up and coming. But if we had y'all talent, we could take over the NFL and maybe eventually get some of them in. Because that was how, in the USFL back in the day, what, in the 80s, they got a few high profile players to decide we go give the USFL a try instead of the NFL. And then, some people say Donald Trump tried to pull a power move too fast and everything kind of collapsed. But had they stayed around and been able to do what they were beginning to do, it's possible they could have been a challenge, or at least an alternative to the NFL. It's possible. You don't necessarily have to go head to head with the NFL. The NFL get their money during the winter, you get your money during the spring. Yeah, Fox Sports owns it now. Scott says too many black players waste their money. I think they should have to take some money management classes when they get drafted. I believe they actually do, but I don't think they should have to. I don't care about them wasting their money. I don't care how it almost goes. I know, Tina, it's 2:00. That means I got to be out the door in 30 minutes. I'm not gonna forget. Trust me. Look, this is one thing you can believe with every fiber of your being. I will leave y'all hanging every day of the week if the choice is leave them hanging or leave that little baby hanging. Y'all out every day of the week. Every day of the week. So yeah, trust. I mean, thank you, but trust me on that one. No, I'm just saying he's the only one that I can think of. Just because my mind don't I don't know. I was a Minnesota Vikings fan. So, mentally, that's what I'm, kind of thinking about. I that's what I'm thinking about is my Minnesota Vikings. But no, there's been other he played for the Vikings. He was a wide receiver. Possibly the best wide receiver in the history of the league. I can't see, this is coronavirus. I can't think of his name. Then he played for New England. He played for, I believe, the Raiders for a minute. What was his name? Y'all know he came out of West Virginia. Thank you, Randy Moss. This coronavirus, I could have gave you everything about that man's career, see his face, and could not think of his name. Trust me, that is coronavirus. If Randy Moss and people of that caliber are talking to college players, they're part owners in the XFL, they could do it. They could do it. They could make it happen. But then again, a lot of times, athletes aren't always the most, and I'm not going to bash their intelligence level, even though I would probably be justified in doing it. But they're not always the most in tune in terms of being proud and wanting to see blackness elevated. They're not always the most pro-black people. So it kind of makes sense why they wouldn't do it. David says, take Prevagen. I'm not taking no damn Prevagen. I'm going to go on record here saying I don't believe Prevagen works at all. And I'm using as my example Lincoln Ware. Lincoln Ware took Prevagen for I don't know how long. And this was before coronavirus. And that man couldn't remember nothing. That man couldn't remember nothing. So, yeah, no, Prevagen didn't do anything. And I don't believe it'll do anything. I don't believe in Prevagen. It's made from something from a jellyfish. Let me see. Somebody said Randy Moss is the second greatest wide receiver of all time. All right. I'm going to guess you're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Oh. Y'all don't know how disgusted I am. And y'all know exactly who I'm thinking about without even saying his name. He played for the San Francisco 49ers. I believe he was number 81, torched the Bengals in 2 Super Bowls, possibly the greatest wide receiver of all. Jerry, thank you. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. I could not think of his name. Yeah, this ain't good. This ain't good. Try Comfy lotion. No, I'll pass on that. I saw Lincoln try that too. Even though they told me that I hear that if you rub it on your eyes and you're blind, you'll be able to see. I hear that, but what do we somebody said his number was 80. Oh, I thought his number was 81. Why am I thinking 81? Why am I thinking 81 then? They own it for you. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders talking to these college guys. Deion Sanders is getting some top recruits to go play for Jack State. I know y'all hate it when I call it Jack State, but that's what we called it when I was at Alabama State. These guys could draw some people. Hold on, I was off. Jerry Rice didn't play in the first Super Bowl against the Bengals. He was drafted in '82. So, hold on, he didn't play in the first one. I mean, I was young and don't remember, but in my mind, I remember. In my mind, I remember Jerry Rice playing. I remember Ken Anderson. I remember them getting stuffed on the goal line. I remember last second touchdown. In my mind, I'm remembering all of that wrong. It was in Detroit, right? I'm remembering all of this wrong. We all make that common mistake. Different quarterback, and Jerry Rice did not play. Hold on. So Joe Montana didn't throw a single touchdown in to Jerry Rice in that first Super Bowl up in Detroit. Wasn't even in Detroit. See, now y'all got me. I'm gonna have to go back and look. My 12-year-old, 11-year-old self is having memories apparently that didn't exist. Apparently having memories that didn't exist. I remember in a goal line stand. I remember in the Bengals trying to run it in and not being successful. But for whatever reason, I'm remembering Joe Montana and I'm remembering Jerry Rice. No, you got everything right, but he didn't play. Yes, it was in Detroit. Okay. Right. The second one was in Miami. I clearly remember the second one. Wow. I'm remembering everything wrong then. Am I right about the goal line stand at least? I know I'm right about Ken Anderson being the quarterback. Am I right about the goal line stand? Oh boy, I feel bad now. Like I don't remember, and that's not a coronavirus thing. That's just I got some stuff wrong. See, for all y'all who say I think I know everything and I can't ever admit when I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. I got some stuff wrong. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It happens. But my point is, those guys could draw some people to a league that they own. And they could put up all of the money to own it. You don't have to necessarily be a billionaire. They could sound crazy. They could pool their resources and they could own a league and they could grow it. But I know that sounds crazy. Pete Johnson stopped 4 times on the goal line. You're right about the Goal line stand, Pete Johnson. Okay. So I got all the names wrong. I got all the names wrong. I did. Thanks for a minute. I was looking at Kong Kong, E-Man, the Last Dragon. I don't know what that means. Joe Montana was in Detroit, but Jerry Rice was a freshman at Mississippi Valley State. All right. All right. Vernon, you're a football fan. Oh, that's Vernon replying to Mary. Okay, I thought Mary was telling Vernon that it's sexy that he's a football fan, but that's Vernon. Vernon, stop. Better stop. I'm just telling you, you better stop. Lewis wants to know, did Joe Montana start? I don't know. I don't know. I for all I know, he was still at Notre Dame. I don't know now. I'm questioning everything that I thought that I knew. I'm questioning everything that I thought that I knew about that Super Bowl. But again, my point is they could do it. I'm watching the USFL, and I'm actually kind of enjoying it. Oh, and I just started. Now, this is like way out there, but I'm kind of wrapping up now. So y'all know I'm rambling. I just started watching Moon Knight. On Disney Plus. And it's all right. It's moving. I only watched the first 2 episodes. I said I wasn't going to start watching it until it was 4 episodes in, because I know they like to kind of move slow. And if you have an idea of what's going on before you see it and you know what's going on, them setting it up for people who have no idea, which is a good thing. I understand why they do it. They move slow into everything. But if you already know, it's like, oh my God, yeah, we know. He don't know. It's 2 different personalities. Like, come on, move on, hurry up. So I knew it was gonna frustrate me, having knowing a little bit about Moon Knight ahead of time. So I said I would wait until four shows in before I start watching, so that I can just power through. Daryl says, what is Moon Knight? Daryl, are you into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Sean says, give us a brief synopsis. It's a superhero show on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel show. That's my synopsis, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, even though I might have, saying that we know the different personalities. But okay, so it's a show, Daryl, on Disney Plus. The character's name is Moon Knight. Moon Knight, Moon space Night. Moon Knight. It's a decent series. 2 episodes in. I think they're actually, the 4th episode came out today, so I'll watch episode 3 and 4 probably tonight after that little baby go to bed. But like what happened last night is, after the little baby went to bed, I was so wore out that I watched the 1st episode, and when I went to watch the 2nd episode, I kept nodding off on the episode. So then I had to, once I took her to school, I had to come back home and watch the 2nd episode. But I'll probably watch them, episodes 3 and 4 tonight after that little baby go to sleep. But it's a character. It's on Disney Plus, and it's worth a watch. If you down with the MCU, it's probably worth a watch. The Brown Hornet is the greatest black superhero of all time. Oh, let me see. People are replying to TC says, I've been trying to watch The Batman, but I keep going to sleep. Oh, that's right. That is streaming on HBO. Is it Max? That is streaming on HBO Max now. I'll have to try to check it out. It did look like it moved slow, but I'll check it out. Daryl says, is it a black superhero? It's not a black superhero. Not a black superhero. But it's a decent, at least the first 2 episodes. It's a decent show. It's worth checking out. And Samuel says he is of color. Even Black Wolf Fish says it's not bad. I don't know exactly what that means, but I guess talking about the Batman, they say the Batman is by far the worst movie made this millennium. I had to check it out. I doubt if it's that bad. But I will check it out. I have to see that. I have to see Spider-Man. And I had to see Spider-Man before I see Doctor Strange, of course. But like, I refuse to go to the movie theater. I'm still a little nervous about going back out in public. I still wear my mask, not all the time, but most of the time, I still wear my mask. And I'm still nervous about going out there in public. So I'm still not back to the movie theater yet. Not back to the movie theater yet. And I don't know where the Spider-Man movies, like, I know where the Marvel movies will end up. They'll end up on Disney Plus. I know where, DC movies will end up. They'll end up on HBO Max. Where does Sony's movies end up? I have not forgotten about that little baby. I ain't forgot. Trust and believe, when the time comes, I will be out. I'll be walking out that door at 2:30. Trust me. But where do the Sony movies, the Spider-Man movies, end up streaming-wise? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm watching everything streaming. Everything I watch, I'm watching it streaming. I don't know where those movies end up. Not sure where they end up. If anybody know, because when they start streaming it, I would like to check it out. You just had to put even in front of my name. That's very negative. Well, okay. I've seen Spider-Man on HBO. Somebody says Prime. No, because I got Prime. And I haven't even seen, what is it? Spider-Man, not No Way Home, not Homecoming, the one that was in Far From Home. Like, where is that streaming? On a streaming service, not where you have to rent it, but for free on a streaming service. Where is that streaming? Paramount. And I still don't have a Paramount Plus partner. I don't have a Paramount Plus partner. I got everything else now. I'm Netflix, I'm Hulu, I'm HBO Max, I'm Prime, I'm Apple TV Plus. But I don't have a Paramount Plus partner. I need a Paramount Plus partner because Evil is coming back on in June, and I gotta check that out. Spider-Man Far From Home was just okay in my opinion. I agree with you. It was just okay. But if I wanted to stream, I should be able to do it. Daryl says, I believe HBO Max may have Spider-Man Far From Home. I don't think they do. I looked. unless it was added very recently or removed very recently, because I looked last week and it wasn't there last week when I looked. How much is your subscription bill? You may as well have cable with all those streaming services. Daryl, again, you didn't understand. You didn't get I said I have them all and I'm looking for a Paramount Plus partner. Now, I can't go into how to explain it all, but I would just say I have access to them, but I pay for two because I have Amazon Prime. So I have that, and I pay for Apple TV Plus. But the other ones, other people have, and I'm their partner. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's what they call stealing cable back in the day. It's nowhere near the same. It's nowhere near the same. Not even close. Daryl says, okay, cool, I got it. So in other words, you're not paying for them. All I'm saying is I have partners. I have partners. Yes, streaming partner. Yes. But I don't have a Paramount Plus streaming partner. I need a streaming partner with Paramount Plus. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. Let's take me out of the situation. It's not illegal to have a password and an email and to say to somebody, oh, this is my password and this is my email. That's not illegal. Try the free Tubi. Okay. Brent says, according to Google, Spider-Man No Way Home, it will eventually wind up on Stars since it is a Sony picture. Right. And that's why I'm wondering, where do they put their movies? Now, I don't mean eventually wind up on Stars, but I mean, like right now, you can buy the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever of Spider-Man No Way Home. But where can you stream it? Like the Batman, you can stream that on HBO Max. When this Doctor Strange come out, about a month or so later, you can stream that on Disney Plus. Where do they on a premium streaming platform, where do Sony movies land? I got about 3 more minutes before I shut y'all down. I I learned that. I did not know that. I learned that. And so I do that now. Now I do that. But I didn't know that was a thing before. Brent. Stars has a streaming service also, but that's not a premium streaming service. That's like Showtime's streaming service, which I really do need a Showtime streaming service partner too, because I'm 2 seasons behind on Billions. I'm 2 seasons behind on season 5 and season 6 on Billions. I'm behind. I know it was on Prime and I got the first 4 seasons for free, but they want me to pay for more. I'm not paying for more. Hulu, what about Hulu? That's not where they end up. And that's not really a premium streaming service, if you ask me. Wait a minute. Somebody says, technically, yes. In 2016, the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that sharing online passwords is a crime prosecutable under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Yeah, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And I would need to see some proof of that. You Hulu shaming now? I'm not Hulu shaming. I'm not. I mean, I got Hulu. I got Hulu. So I'm not Hulu shaming. I'm just saying it's not on the level of Disney Plus. It's not on the level of Netflix. It's not on the level of HBO Max. Netflix wants to crack down on sharing again. It says Hulu. I checked Hulu. It wasn't on there. Disney Plus. Yes, Disney Plus. Yes. I got Peacock. Had to get Peacock. Gotta watch my WWE. But Paramount, I need a Paramount partner and I need a Showtime partner. I need a Paramount partner and I need a Showtime partner. But I gotta get out of here. I gotta go pick up this little baby. But again, I need a Paramount partner, Paramount Plus, and I need a Showtime partner. We can barter. Until next time, this has been the afternoon experiment. I'm Emanuel Livingston, and I really genuinely do hope something amazing happens in your life today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.